For a data analyst or a business analyst who is frequently working with Power BI, then there are two concepts that are actually important to know about, that is calculated columns or measure. Then what's the difference between them? So to understand that, we can take an example where a calculated column is a new column that is computed on the basis of a column that is already existing in a table. Now what happens if you want to do some computation, some numerical thing to a particular column and create a new column? Then in the new created column, in every row you will get a value. So there's a column, suppose 1 2 3 4, in there are values in different rows, and you want to create a column in which you multiply all the values by 2. Then in that case you will create a new column, so it will give 1 into 2 2, or 2 into 2 4, something like that. Now what is the difference between a calculated is a measure? So in a calculated column you will get values for each and every row, but in a measure you will get a number or a quantity that is based on a group of rows, where some different grouping of the rows may have happened. So in a particular scenario, to understand measures, so you should take like there are there's a table which has different product names, and then you are having some values corresponding to each product name, and each product category may have multiple rows. So in those cases, if you want to know, suppose you have a table with this product category and this much sales on a particular day, and you want to know what's the average sales of a particular category. So in a Python data frame, that simply can be done by grouping by the product category, and you find the sum or the average of the total sales value. But here what you create is a dash measure. So what measure does, then it takes the filter context, and it takes into account the different filters that are, or the different category of the products which are available, and it computes the average for each of these categories. So when you create a like any just visual charts on the Power BI report or a dashboard, then you can add those measures there and use it. So if you add the column of the products and the measure, then it will give you the average of the sales for each product. So in this way the DAX calculated columns and measure work.